Good morning. Today I am joined by my colleagues Whip Steve Scalise, Ranking Member Jim Jordan, Congressman Richard Hudson, and Congressman Jim Banks. Our hearts, just like every heart across America, are shattered for the families suffering from the unimaginable tragedies in Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York. And I want to commend our colleague, Tony Gonzalez, for his strong and compassionate leadership. He represents Uvalde and has been spending time over the past district work period meeting with so many of the families, so many of the community members devastated by this horrific, horrific mass shooting. In our districts across America the past 2 weeks, I will tell you, Americans are struggling daily. They are faced with historically high gas prices that have now doubled since Joe Biden took office. Over 70% of our nation's baby formula is out of stock. Homicides are up nearly 50%. Inflation is at a 40-year high, and one of the largest migrant caravans ever is headed to our nation's southern border. And yet House Democrats have no agenda for Americans and no real solutions to the problems that we face on a daily basis. Instead, what are Democrats focused on? They are scrambling to change the headlines, praying that the nation will focus on their partisan witch hunt instead of our pocketbooks. It will not work. Just this week, Nancy Pelosi's illegitimate January 6th committee secretly hired the former president of ABC News to produce these shameless primetime show. This was the same producer that covered up victims of Jeff Epstein. This further solidifies what we have known from day one. This committee is not about seeking the truth. It is a smear campaign against President Donald Trump, against Republican members of Congress, and against Trump voters across this country. This committee is unconstitutional. It is illegitimate. It was not put together according to the rules of the House. It does not serve any true legislative or oversight purpose. And it is not about finding out why Nancy Pelosi left the Capitol so ill-prepared that day. It is designed to punish Nancy Pelosi's political opponents, and it will not prevent another January 6th from happening, and it does nothing to address the numerous crises Americans are suffering from because of Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi's radical far-left agenda. So while Democrats obsess over this illegitimate hearing, House Republicans will be setting the record straight and telling the truth about lame duck Speaker Nancy Pelosi's sham political witch hunt. And most importantly, we will continue to focus on the important issues that matter facing the American people and how to solve the crises that Joe Biden and House Democrats' far-left agenda have created, from the border crisis to the baby formula shortage to inflation to soaring gas prices. I will now turn it over to the House Republican